And this is a Fox News alert on what the Secretary of Housing is calling, quote, a big deal, as we get new details on an administration vow to get serious on racial and ethnic diversity in every single American community and to punish towns that fail to comply. Welcome to America Live. I'm Shannon Bream in for Megyn Kelly. This story started with remarks from U.S. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Sean Donovan, made at the NAACP's annual convention earlier this week. And when Donovan began talking about the Fair Housing Act, a decades-old piece of legislation that uses his agency to investigate whether minorities are getting equal opportunities in communities with reported problems, he seemed to suggest that those investigations could soon spread to every community in the United States, whether or not the folks living there actually think there's a problem.
That's why HUD is enhancing its enforcement techniques by initiating investigations on our own without waiting for individuals to file complaints. We've more than tripled the number of secretary-initiated complaints that we filed since 2008. But perhaps most importantly, for the first time ever, HUD is providing information, data to every single neighborhood in the nation, detailing what access African American families and other members of protected classes have to the community assets that I'm talking about. Jobs, schools, transit.
Joining us now, Fox News digital politics editor and host of Power Play on FoxNews.com, the Chris Stirewalt. All right, Chris, what is this program? Sounds very sweeping in nature, and it involves federal regulation, all about?
Well, hi, Shannon. You know that oftentimes much vaunted programs by the federal government are less than advertised and don't end up doing the things that they wanted. This is a case where people are more concerned about the unintended consequences of what the administration is talking about here. Essentially what they've done is using Census Bureau data, they've given every American a dot with a color on it that says, is your household a African-American household, a Caucasian household, they call them non-Hispanic whites, Hispanic, Asian. So it's color coding the country into all these little itty-bitty dots. And this is, if you will, a report card, a scorecard for the administration and for housing regulators to look at how well communities are doing at being integrated. In the old days, the idea was punishing people who excluded minorities from majority white neighborhoods, whether they used now illegal covenants in property transfers, you may not sell to people of this type or that type, or realtors who refuse to show certain houses to African American families. Those things have been illegal since the mid-60s. This is something different than that. This says they want to encourage diversity for diversity's sake in some cases in neighborhoods. So it's not just about punishing people for keeping folks out, it's about punishing people for failing to bring folks in.